important moment in your day. A moment for you to release anything that feels uncomfortable, be it in your body, in your heart, or in your thoughts. It is time to release it, to let it go, to call in the angels and allow them to assist you in this releasing. And so please be sure you are entirely comfortable for these next 15 minutes. It is well to rest in a comfortable chair, perhaps your favorite chair, or to lay down to make sure that you are entirely relaxed. There, all is well, all is good, and we ask you, please take your left hand and place it upon your heart. And as you breathe into your hand and heart, almost as if the hand and heart are one. And as you breathe into your lungs, you feel the warmth of your hand and your heart rising and falling, rising and falling together. Gentle breaths, each breath your hand feels so much warmer. Now on the count of 3, we will take 3 deep breaths together. 1, 2, 3. Deep breath, deep into lungs, expanding all of lungs all the way down to stomach, but still you feel the warmth of your hand and heart. Exhale. Second deep breath, rising as if you are raising a fire deep inside your heart that warms your lungs, your stomach, and your hands. Wonderful release. Third breath, you feel that warmth now. You can almost identify the rising flames of your heart, awakening you to the truth of your place in this world, and relaxing. Your hand is so warm now, and as you pay attention to gentle breaths, you find you are walking towards that fire. Oh yes, it is an evening. It is a bonfire in a dark, cool evening, and so you rush towards the warmth of the fire. You can hear it crackling, and you can see the dancing flames. They look orangish from a distance, and yet as you draw so close now that the fronts of your legs and your toes and your entire chest and face begin to be warmed by this heat, you see down to the coals, the beautiful dancing lights, almost coral-colored coals with rims of purples and greens, dancing delightful. Fire sprites, you think. Beautiful place. You reach out your hands, spread your arms to warm yourself more by this blaze, and you feel a stir beside you to the right. It is a huge being in a beautiful white gown. This is the warmth of your heart, it says to you. And you smile. This is your angel, you know it, and you feel totally safe and not in the least inclined to leave this fire. Yes, I know, you say. Isn't it wonderful? I feel so happy in my own skin. You know, as you feel the warmth of this heart, you do not need to stay planted beside it all the time, says the angel. You do not really want to leave the warmth of this fire, so you say, oh, that's nice. Let me show you, says the angel. Turn around, warm your back to the fire. And you do, it feels so nice, and yet even as you do, you feel No coolness to the front of your beingness. The warmth that you had gained by being by the fire is still there, and now you are warm entirely through and through, as if you have been in a sweat lodge or a sauna. Come along now, says the angel. We have things to show you. And the angel leads you down a path. It had been darkness, it had been evening, and the angel's light is so brilliant you do not know if it is light because of the angel light or because day is arrived. The angel comes to a clearing. It is a beautiful place, a rise overlooking the ocean. You know it's the ocean. And yet this place is protected by a semicircle of trees to the back. And in the center is a clearing. There are wildflowers, but even there are beaten down grasses where you know something magical is about to happen. The angel directs you to a central spot and nods at that spot, and immediately there appears a chair, a rather handsome throne-like chair, and you are asked to sit on it. And you sit upright, and no sooner are you sitting on this chair than it morphs into more like a chaise, as if you were lying at the beach on a velveteen chaise, long, stretched out, comfortable. The angel comes along with pillows and a blankie and says, "Be entirely at peace. We are come here today to release what no longer serves." Do you have pain in your physical body? Do you have heaviness in your heart? Are your emotions pulling away at you? Are your thoughts robbing you of peace? You hear these words and know the truth that there is something in you that is very uncomfortable. Yes, you nod. Well then, says the angel, why don't you call in your angelic host? My angelic host? And no sooner have you said these words, though you said them more in a question than an announcement, and there appears in the field a circle of angelic beings, all in white robes. You do not see their faces all that very well, for they are perhaps 20 feet away from you on all sides. Your angel companion, who lets you know his name be Archangel Raphael, says, "You can do it. Call them in to help you with your discomfort." So you look at them. You try to crane to look at all of them in the circle around you. Then you realize you need only think the words, "Please come forward, angels." You think. Your heart feels warm underneath your hand at these very words, and you feel a presence all around you, as if you are at a gathering in the middle of a party or a shopping center or at work where there are lots of people, and were you to close your eyes, you would feel the presence of these people. This is how you feel the presence of the angels. You are definitely sure that you are surrounded. Now look up, says Raphael, and you look heavenward, and you see there is a beautiful, fluttering white cloud. You try to play the childhood game of saying, is that a goose or an elephant? But it keeps shape-shifting until you realize it is fluttering towards you. The circle of angels reach out to gather it, and they lower it over you. This is your cloak of grace. This brings you back to joy in your beingness, helps you to remove physical discomfort, emotions, heaviness about your beingness, or severe, sharp, or even dull pains. This cloak of grace is your cloak, your tool for life, child. They have placed it over you. They call it a cloak of grace. But all of a sudden, the chair upon which you have been laying is gone. You are sitting on the ground inside what feels like a very brilliant white tent. The canvas itself being gossamer thin like the wings of a very white silvery butterfly. You can see the angels on the outside of this tent, but it is true, it is yours all alone. There are no doors. This is your place, this beautiful tent. You can hear Archangel Raphael speaking to you. You can feel the love of the angels around the perimeters of this circular tent. Breathe in the light of this tent, says Raphael. Breathe it in with your head, your throat, your chest, your shoulders, your arms, your hands, your torso, your stomach, your legs, your feet. You become a sponge breathing in this light of grace from your cloak of grace. You find that as you breathe, you become aware of the air activating every part of your beingness. You feel as if you are breathing through your face, through your skull, through your neck and chest and arms and shoulders. Your hands are pulsating. You feel your torso warming with the breath. Your hips and thighs and legs and your feet, all of your body rising and falling as one, bringing in this grace. And as you continue to breathe, something amazing happens. All you feel is light and greater light, such brilliant white light that you realize that your breathing in this light is actually filling it deep into your body, shifting, cleansing, clearing, releasing. You breathe happily now, realizing you are feeling lighter. Your whole body feels light, as if your body itself is made of this same grace that you are pulling in through every cell and pore of your beingness. And you float. You float on this silver white grace inside your special cloak of grace. The lightness brings you great joy. The lightness places a smile upon your face. Fleeting images of happy moments of your childhood, of last summer, of the last few days. Even in the most troubled times, you had happy moments, witnessing the autumn leaves, hearing a good joke, feeling the love of a creature or a child or a friend. As you float in the grace of this white cloak, you realize, though you had been paying attention to the unhappiness in your beingness, there is such joy in your life. You need only accept it. And you do. Thank you, God, for this grace. Thank you. Then something wonderful happens. As you float, you feel your body exhale all by itself, releasing like a dog shaking after a swim, releasing everything that made you feel so out of sorts, unhappy, in pain. Those those words float away from you, drift away like autumn leaves on the wind. Release. You feel wonderful. You are floating still, absorbing this light, breathing this light. You hear the angels begin to sing outside your tent. Wonderful angelic chorus. This light of grace, this is the light of love. Love. Entering every part of my beingness, my heart, my thoughts, my body, my soul, my feelings. I can use this light. And you do. You think about the hours ahead or the next day. And you imagine that day through the perspective of this light of you floating and seeing the beautiful things in the day to come. And you think of how you had dreaded certain aspects of your life. Whether it is dreading physical movement because you are uncomfortable in pain, or whether it is dreading a meeting because you are in emotional pain, you realize that with this grace, you no longer need to dread. You need only know that the grace is moving through you, and there is joy all around you. The angelic chorus outside your tent rises at this thought, reminding you you are always surrounded by joy. Your thoughts wander to this or that situation in your life. You see it from this floaty perspective. You feel the love that has always been available into and around you. And you are so happy. You begin to flutter gently back to this bed you are lying upon, or a chair you are sitting upon, back to your room. And even as you do, Archangel Raphael says, this grace child continues to grow and gather force inside you these next 24 hours. You may come back once a day, every day of your life, knowing that each period of flotation in your cloak of grace raises your vibration, heals your heart for yet another day. You know the truth of these words. You float with them. And then feel yourself back in your body. Grateful to be back in your body. It is mine, and I am bringing grace into it. And each day gets easier. Each day I feel lighter, more comfortable in my thoughts, my feelings, my physical world, more able to navigate my life with this light of grace. Archangel Raphael calls out, be at peace, child. All is truly well.